Right now, efforts in Waukesha continue. One victim making it back home in time to celebrate Thanksgiving.
And we're live outside Best Buy this Black Friday. What folks are coming home with?
And we'll have that forecast for Black Friday coming up in a few moments of what you need to know.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynch-Ide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Oh, what a tradition.
What a tradition.
What a tradition. Standing outside in the freezing cold the day after Thanksgiving, trying to get the deals on all the holiday gifts.
We saw about a dozen folks outside of Best Buy earlier this morning. You see some folks showing up a little late. They opened their doors at 5 a.m. We talked to some folks in line. Photojournalist Mark Schilling is there as things start to kick off for Black Friday. Holiday shopping season, by the way, in full swing, well before Black Friday.
This is the big kickoff, though. We did get an early jump this year.
We did.
A lot of people started shopping early because of all the supply chain issues. So a few stores opening up later this year. Target not open until 7 a.m. this morning. And stores like Macy's and Home Depot, they just opened up at 6 a.m.
Giving folks a little bit more time with their families for Thanksgiving. Americans spending lots of money this year, despite the supply chain issues, the delays we're seeing at ports. Experts say online shoppers might be able to find some good deals. They just got to use a little strategy.
If you're looking to make that upgrade to a new TV, then Cyber Monday is going to be your day for that. But if you're waiting for Cyber Monday, you may not get the exact brand and model that you're looking for.
According to Adobe, cyber shoppers are also seeing a 250% increase in out-of-stock messages. That's compared to pre-pandemic levels.
Today could be the last Black Friday ever for two of America's most famous retail brands, Sears and Kmart. When the two historic brands merged back in 2005, there were 3,500 stores nationwide. Now, you'll only find 12 full-line Sears stores left in the U.S. and just 6 Kmarts. Retail experts predict those numbers will be down to 0 soon. But the big box retailers are not alone. JCPenney forced into bankruptcy during the pandemic. Governor Evers is joining people in Wisconsin to come together for a moment of silence, all to remember those who were killed at last week's holiday parade in Waukesha.
The moment of silence took place at 4:39 p.m. last night, the exact moment an SUV plowed through the route on Sunday. Waukesha County's executive says first responders who were at the parade that day are nothing short of heroic. Paul Farrow called for people to take time to pray over the holiday and support those in the community still hurting from this tragedy. Now, 6 people have died as a result of that day. Among the dozens hurt is an 11-year-old girl.
She's now recovering at home and was able to spend Thanksgiving with her family. Stephanie Haynes has the story.
She loves dancing.
Quetzali Becerra Montez says her little sister, Yuretsi, has been dancing in the Waukesha parade for years. And this past Sunday was normal until that moment.
And it was like seconds after that we had just seen the start of her group that the car went by.
Quetzali ran out to find her sister.
Where's Yuretsi? They're like, we don't know. And I said, what do you mean you don't know? And I was like, do any of you know where Yuretsi is? I saw a big group huddled around people and I was like, who is that? And I got closer and it was my sister laying there. And it was next to 2 other girls and my sister's head was like on top of one of the girls' legs. And she was just looking up and she was like, what happened?
Yuretsi was taken to Children's Wisconsin in an ambulance. Quetzali said her mother tried to help some of the other girls first.
My mom even told the ambulance when the paramedics and stuff came up, she was like, don't look at my daughter right now. Look at the other girls. They're a lot worse. They're in a lot worse condition.
5 other girls on Yuretsi's team remain in ICU. Yuretsi is now home recovering.
She's like, I can't laugh right now. Like we try, yeah. She's like, it hurts. Or like even just walking, like her entire bottom half is completely bruised.
Quetzali is at her side, helping her sister with puzzles, coloring books, and watching Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Anything to keep her mind off the horror she witnessed.
I still hear me like screaming for my mom and screaming for my sister.
Days later now, does it dawn on you you could have lost your sister?
Yeah. I mean, every day, my mom, we always pray, and it's just like every day we're constantly reminded of like, this could have been so much worse. It could have been avoided if, you know, if the guy was never in town. I mean, it's not his home city. Why was he in Waukesha? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, how could you do it so easily and just not seem like you cared?
So that was Rebecca Haynes reporting, by the way, from one of our stations in Milwaukee. Last update, though, from Children's Wisconsin Hospital this morning says 10 children remain in its care, including 5 in critical condition.
Meanwhile, the city of Edgerton still moving forward with plans for its holiday parade and tree lighting this weekend. Organizers, though, say extra police and deputies will be on hand. The city says it also plans to use the tree lighting ceremony to recognize the victims from the Waukesha parade. Now, this is a story we've been following since the beginning. We will continue to follow up on the victims and their recoveries, as well as the suspect and the charges he faces. Be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for all of those updates.
6:05, Julian Seawright in this morning for Chris Reese with your certified most accurate forecast. A little bit of a glow there on the horizon.
Yeah, just a little bit as the sun's starting to rise on our Black Friday. As we take a look, however, it is cold. 14 degrees right now here in Madison. Do have a bit of cloud cover sticking around for us as we're waking up this morning, but we are staying into the quiet side. As we can see, temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 10 degrees into the Dells, 19 degrees apiece for Prairie du Chien and Boscobel and Mineral Points, and 16 degrees for Monroe. So we are waking up some pretty chilly conditions for us. But as we take a look, we are onto the drier side here in southern Wisconsin. Even though into the far northwest, we were seeing a bit of some snowfall for northern Wisconsin, but it's not going to be reaching us throughout to the rest of today. Instead, we are going to be seeing clouds varying throughout much of our day, especially through our morning and getting into the afternoon hours. Temperatures will try to improve, but still not going to be reaching much above our freezing point as we get into the 30s for the rest of today. But we are going to be looking at dry conditions throughout the rest of today, especially as we see this weak front trying to make its way into the upper Midwest. But one thing we're going to be keeping an eye on is going into next week, is we're going to be looking at still more dry conditions, but could be potentially seeing some flurries that'll start to roll in, especially as we get into the back end of next week. But until then, folks, our Black Friday forecast is still going to be on the cold side. We're going to be breaking it down by the hour 6 a.m. We're looking at around 12 degrees for noon, 28 degrees. Still going to be seeing varying cloud cover, and then as we approach 4, well, it's going to be still 30 degrees for today. So just know that we are going to be on the colder side, and it's going to be like that as we head into the weekend. However, we are looking for some rain and snow showers for Saturday. Still going to be onto the seasonably chilly conditions throughout the course of our weekend. Now, taking a look for the next few days after the weekend, however, temperatures are going to be improving ever so slightly as we're looking at 40s going into next week, and also more dry conditions. And that is right. We are looking at a 50 in our forecast for next week. We're going to be inching close to some pretty decent conditions and pleasant conditions as we are welcoming in December, guys.
Sounds good to me. Thank you, Julian. New numbers in this morning on just how many Americans traveled for Thanksgiving. The TSA says it screened 2.3 million people Wednesday. That's the most in a single day since the start of the pandemic. It's also more than twice the number of people it screened the day before Thanksgiving last year. AAA predicts 53 million people are traveling this year for the holiday.
As many families get together for their first Thanksgiving holiday in 2 years, experts are warning COVID is still a concern. Test sites around Dane County saw major surges this week as people gathered for the holiday. On Monday, Fitchburg Family Pharmacy says it shattered its record for the number of tests administered in a day. It's a similar story at the county's testing facility, which says it's maxing out capacity this week at about 400 tests every day.
Dane County's new mask mandate goes into effect this weekend. The current order expires Saturday. That extended order is going to start this weekend and run until January 3rd. The new mandate says if you're inside with people who are also fully vaccinated, you can ditch the mask, and they classify fully vaccinated as having your first series, a 2-dose Pfizer or Moderna, or a single-dose J&J shot. Public Health Director says rising cases, especially among children, were just too high to ignore.
Overnight, an executive from the EU suggesting an air travel ban with South Africa. This comes as the World Health Organization holding a special meeting today about a possibly concerning new variant in that country. Experts say it has several mutations to the spike protein, meaning it could potentially be resistant to people with antibodies and lower the effectiveness of the vaccines. The new variant is also being confirmed in Israel.
It is flu season. The CDC says it's seeing increased flu activity among young adults and college students. Experts are concerned the flu and COVID, both circulating at the same time, could stress healthcare systems across the country. The CDC is expecting an increase of the flu this winter due to low flu shot rates.
6:09 now. Coming up, a special honor for a former Packer at this Sunday's game.
And you've seen the murals in Madison in the 608. We're getting the story behind the art.
Season for dress and casual boots is here, and Rogan's has your next pair. Savings with 20% off the best name brands. Get the latest trends today and save at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Beat the clock to the biggest Black Friday sale ever at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 42% off top brand appliances. Plus special no-interest financing. Doors open at 8 a.m. Friday. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Happy holidays from Meineke Car Care Center. We would like to thank you for your business this year and wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season. Drive safe during all of your travels. Meineke, doing car care right.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call
1-800-914-7929. One roll of a lifetime, one sore throat. But she had enough. She took new Mucinex InstaSoothe sore throat lozenges. Show your sore throat who's boss. New Mucinex InstaSoothe works in seconds, lasts for hours.
Beat the clock to the biggest Black Friday sale ever at Ashley Home Store. Doors open at 8 a.m. Save up to 65% off doorbusters and special deals. Plus, take up to a bonus 20% off our sale prices Friday only. Beat the clock starting at 8 a.m. Friday at Ashley Home Store.
Keep your family warm this season with new winter boots. Rogan's has 20% off the best name brands for mom, dad, and the kids. Save on winter boots for the whole family from Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Welcome back. We are in the 608 this morning with the story behind a couple of local artists inspiring positive change in the community.
Josh Breiter has more on the story from Middleton.
You may have seen murals popping up like this over the Madison area the last couple of years. This one reading, "Love Your Neighbor" along University Avenue. The goal behind this movement is to inspire positivity. I had a chance to catch up with the folks behind this. Meet Brian and Ray of Oh Yeah Studio. They showed us one of their most recent projects up close and personal on Madison's southwest side. They designed this mural reading, "Hold On to Hope" in the gym of Meritor's Child and Adolescent Psychiatry Hospital. The wall is 65 by 14 feet. It's one they're particularly proud of.
We're fighting the struggles of life, you know, and sometimes I think we lose track of the idea that it's not just me personally, it's everybody who's dealing with kind of moving forward with whatever they're dealing with. We all need encouragement, and we try to do our part to be a positive force in our community to encourage that.
Their Hope series all started with a mural on Park Street that also reads "Hold On to Hope." Another one over on Monroe Street reading "I Wish You Love and Happiness," inspired by country music singer John Prine, who passed away from COVID-19. They have to design all these ahead of time and put it to scale on whatever kind of surface they're doing this on, so it takes a lot of work before they even start painting. If you'd like to learn more about Oh Yeah Studio, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com, and ahead in our next half hour, I'm going to have more behind the story of how they came up with the name Oh Yeah Studio. In the 608, Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Love those murals. Just love seeing them. Brightens my mood every time I see one. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him at inthe608@WISC-TV.com. Hey, check it out. The turkey trot's back. Annual tradition here in Madison. More than 1,100 people participating yesterday, lining up outside the Alliant Energy Center for a 5K run and walk. Madison native Carl Hirsch finishing with the fastest time yesterday, completing the run in just more than 16 minutes. Oh, it was a cold one out, and they were battling some snow during the race.
I saw Susan Simon and her son were participating. I've done it in past years. I'm sad I missed it this year. Pretty impressive folks to run in the snow and before they head to Thanksgiving. For
Way more motivated than I am.
Certainly myself as well. 6:15 now. The Packers set to honor Hall of Fame cornerback Charles Woodson this weekend. It'll happen at halftime of this Sunday's game with the Rams. Woodson was on the Packers for 7 seasons, going to 4 Pro Bowls and winning Defensive Player of the Year. In those seasons, he had a record 38 interceptions, including a franchise record 9 touchdowns. Woodson will be honored at halftime on Sunday. Kickoff, 3:25.
New this morning, a preview for some new alternate uniforms for the Badger basketball team. They'll be revealing the entire uniform Monday. It comes as the Badgers return home from Vegas as first-time champions of the Maui Invitational, played in Las Vegas this year. The team is off for the rest of the month. They head to Atlanta for their next matchup against Georgia Tech for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. That game is Wednesday at 8:15.
And check this out, a rare phenomena on Lake Manitoba, just north of the Dakotas in Canada.
What's going on here?
Isn't this neat? Okay, so this happens to super cooled water. The water remains liquid below the normal freezing point, even as it's moving and rolling from the wind until it becomes little ice balls like this.
Huh.
Isn't that unique?
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I don't know that I have either. Gosh, that's cool though. Only in Canada, Julian.
Only in Canada, exactly.
My goodness.
That is a freak accident that really happened.
No ice really in our neck of the woods yet.
No, not yet, but we are definitely having the temperatures to try to support it as we're waking up this morning. It's 14 degrees for us, but we're not looking at anything to really start to bring any precipitation for us to develop any kind of ice, folks. It's going to be quiet. As we get into the later part of this morning, even going to the noon hour, we're still holding into those 20s. But as we take a look at our Black Friday shopping, well, our forecast for the back end of today is still going to be into those freezing temperatures, 32 degrees around 3 p.m. with 8 p.m. going into around 25. And our takeaway for today is that it's going to be cold. We're looking at 32 degrees for us, still looking at variably cloudiness to stick around, staying chilly throughout today. But for the weekend, slight improvements, but we are looking for some chances of seeing some rain or even some snowfall on for our Saturday morning. But then we're looking to clear up as we get in throughout the rest of the day. And for Sunday, we're going to be looking at those temperatures to still maintain those mid-30s for us. And for the rest of the weekend going into next week, we are going to be seeing improvements. Still drier conditions, however, as we're looking for a streak of some dry conditions until we get into next weekend, and temperatures into those 40s and even the lower 50s potentially as we get into our Thursday. Now, as we take a look at our traffic for the Black Friday holiday, we are looking at pretty good conditions, especially along the Beltline. All our major highways and interstates are still looking really smooth as we're getting things rolling for us, and everyone is heading to the stores early this morning, guys.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. 6:18 now. A massive and mysterious mound of misdelivered FedEx packages was found in Alabama. Local authorities say between 300 and 400 packages of assorted sizes appear to have just been thrown in a ditch. Officials don't know how they got there, but take a look at this.
It's terrible.
Just an incredible amount of product here. FedEx is sending multiple trucks to the scene to collect the items and get everything sorted out.
Well, I hope they find whoever did that. That's terrible. Procter & Gamble, meantime, is voluntarily recalling 18 versions of Old Spice and Secret antiperspirants. It's over concerns about a possible cancer-causing chemical. The aerosol sprays were sold in stores nationwide and online. The FDA says the products may contain benzene, which is a human carcinogen. Exposure to the contaminant has been known to lead to cancers like leukemia and blood cancer of the bone marrow, as well as a life-threatening blood disorder. Procter & Gamble has not received any reports of any adverse effects from the products. The FDA, though, says customers should not use the sprays. Instead, get in touch with Old Spice or Secret through their websites to get your money back.
Another Thanksgiving in the books means another National Dog Show also wrapping up. For the first time in the show's history, a dog has won for a second year in a row. Claire the Scottish Deerhound was crowned Best in Show both in 2020 and 2021. Chris Stanford thinks she looks like a llama.
Kind of looks like a llama.
So that would disqualify her, I imagine. This was secretly a llama.
Yeah, I know. You gotta start testing these animals to make sure.
I think he's kind of cute. I like the hair flowing in the wind.
Majestic.
Beard just flowing. Big fan, big fan.
Oh, good. Well, congratulations.
You're not a fan.
Not really. Coming up, the acronym that just won Word of the Year.
And ahead in our next half hour, with supply chain problems and shipping delays, how many people are actually headed out to shop today for Black Friday? We're keeping a live eye on the stores in Madison and the lines that come with them. Stay with us.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Vitance Golfland.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving. So you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In the Fitchburg area, contact Tarkenton Brothers Heating, Ventilating, and Air Conditioning for quality comfort solutions.
I matched with this cutie on a dating site. We texted all the time, but never met up. Then he asked to send him gift cards for a plane ticket to see me. And that's when I remembered a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Gift cards? This is a romance scam. Spent that money on self-care instead.
Recognize fraud sooner so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopco Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see.
Celebrate Eye Care Month this November and get 33% off a complete pair of glasses.
Save on all appliances during the Black Friday sale at Grand Appliance. And get up to $1,000 in extra savings you won't find anywhere else. Save on popular brands like LG with this 27 cubic foot 4-door French door refrigerator for just $18.98. Or this 4-piece stainless steel kitchen package with convection range for just $23.47. Shop now at grandappliance.com. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
The holidays can be so stressful. So give the gift of wellness. Buy $100 in Massage Envy gift cards and receive a free $20 promo card. Keep your body working.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Our producer, Shelby, providing this morning's My Morning Pick.
Might not know this about Shelby, but professional photographer. Clearly, look at that.
I'm very impressed.
Chris likes the ducks.
The ducks are cute.
The ducks are nice. Nice touch. Good composition.
Yeah. Great color.
Pretty
Thanks,
colors.
Shelby, for sharing your morning with us. We'd love to see what your morning looks like, folks. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media.
Okay, Collins Dictionary. Word of the year is actually an acronym. It's NFT.
Yeah, so Collins Dictionary.
Which we've never heard of.
Never heard of it. We've picked NFT, or non-fungible token, as the word to know for 2021. NFTs can be artworks or collectibles that have unique digital certificates, ensuring their value and authenticity. In March, an NFT artwork named Every Day is the First 5,000 Days sold online or sold off for $69 million at Christie's. NFT narrowly edged out crypto as the word of the year, as in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin.
We were just talking about this, but the world is just increasingly moving online, right? Like even art is now considered, a tweet The first tweet ever is an NFT that someone purchased.
I don't know, like the baseball cards of the generation, of this new generation here.
But you can't touch them. Like, they're not physical, tangible items.
I know.
We are mind blown over here. It's like you hit 30 and you just don't understand the internet anymore. Like, where's dial-up? I don't know how to use my email. I'm confused.
I hear you. So there you go. NFT. Collins Dictionary's word of the year.
Julian, have you ever heard of Collins?
No, never. I'm a Merriam-Webster person. I don't know what Collins is.
That's right. That's right.
I didn't even know there was another dictionary.
Clearly
Honestly.
not that popular, huh?
No, not at all. So maybe NFTs aren't either, but whatever.
There you go. Well,
we're certainly making them with this
they're popular,
riveting
which is why I don't get them.
Julian, let's segue into weather for 30 seconds.
Sure. We're going to be taking a look at Black Friday forecast for us because it's going to be cold, folks. As we take a look at breaking it down from this morning, we're still going to be looking at temperatures into the teens. Heading into the noon hour, however, upper 20s, but cloud conditions are going to stick around in our skies. As we get into the evening hour, we're going to be into those lower 30s, but the things we'll take away from the forecast is that temperatures are going to be in those 30s throughout today, the lower side, but then into the weekend. We're looking at showers for Saturday, and we're still going to be seasonably chilly heading into the weekend. And going into next week, 40s are on the way, but we'll have more news coming up in a few moments.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
ViTense Golfland Golf Suites. Practice in a golf range in comfort year-round. Enjoy the practice and entertainment experience with friendly VIP grill and bar service, heated tea areas, comfortable overhead heated seating, music, and HD TVs. Only at ViTense Golfland.
It's here, the Menards Black Friday sale. Hurry in for best selection. Price is good through December 5th. These Mucklucks ladies' boots are warm and comfortable and come in a variety of styles. They're only $19.99 each. Stock up on toys for the little ones. Assorted Barbie dolls are just $2.99 each. Check out these and more amazing Black Friday deals at Menards. Available in-store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey guys.
Hey Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
ViTense Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The ViTense Golfland Simulator Suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
Right now, the outpouring of support for those affected by Sunday's parade tragedy in Waukesha.
And it's Black Friday. We'll have your Black Friday forecast coming up in a few moments.
A live look at what that Black Friday looks like here in Madison, Wisconsin. How much you will be spending this year.
Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond opening up a little while ago.
And Target just next door. This is on the west side of Madison, about to open up in half an hour, 7 a.m.
Yeah, and we saw the decent line outside of Best Buy on the west side this morning. They opened up at 5 a.m. Times are all over the place this year. Remember when they just used to open up like way crazy early?
I thought it was midnight. I always thought everyone would get in line or camp out the night of Thanksgiving, and midnight is when they would open.
Yeah, not nearly as wild as what we've seen in years past. We thank you for joining us this morning. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Topping the headlines this morning, police, they're looking for two men believed to have been involved in a shooting. It happened on the north side, right here, right off of Packers Avenue around 10:30 last night.
No injuries reported yet, but a bullet hit a passing car. The men described to police officers as a 40-year-old in glasses, a blue t-shirt, and a gray hoodie. Another man wearing dark clothing. Now, they might have been seen leaving the area in what appeared to be a white or a gray four-door car. If you have any information, if you might have seen something last night, you're asked to call the Madison Police Department. That number is right there on your screen.
Following Sunday's deadly parade tragedy in Waukesha, Children's Wisconsin Hospital says 10 children remain in its care, including 5 in critical condition.
The number of those killed remains at 6. Community members are coming together to help everyone affected by the incident. Local contractors came together to build a wheelchair ramp for the family of one of those seriously injured. It's now turned into a Waukesha-wide project known as the Nameless Builders. Home Depot donates the lumber, and then local businesses donate hardware to help ease the burden of those families.
I just wanted to do one ramp out of my own pocket at first, and it has turned into we're doing them all.
The group currently organized 4 ramps for families, but they say they're going to try and help as many as possible.
And another kind of first responder is working in Waukesha right now. 7 golden retrievers are visiting with first responders, those injured, and even local students as comfort dogs.
The dogs bring just that moment or two, or maybe 5 minutes of time when they're with the dog, that they're just really relaxed, and they feel less anxiety than they did before they started with the dogs.
Oh, isn't that something? The dogs are from the nationwide Lutheran Church Charities Comfort Dog Ministry. The dogs are also there to listen when someone is struggling with the emotions after the traumatic event. 5 of the dogs are Wisconsin-based and give their services for free.
We have more coverage on the Waukesha incident, as well as ways to donate to verified GoFundMes. It's all linked on our mobile app, Channel 3000 News. 6:32 now. A piece of Wisconsin was on display in New York City yesterday. Kalahari Resorts marched its giant float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This year's float was actually brand new, showing elephants and rhinos next to a pair of working water slides. The resort says this year's float was designed by South African artist Karabo Poppy. Shoppers in Madison getting ready for this Black Friday, with lots of businesses opening within the last hour here.
I've never done it before, honestly. From New York, and there Black Friday shopping is a lot worse. So I figured, I'd try it here in Wisconsin, see if it's a little better.
Noah spoke to our photojournalist Mark Schilling this morning while waiting at the West Town Mall Best Buy. He said he drove by at 2 in the morning and there was only one person waiting, so he came back at 4:30 to try and find a gaming console.
Yeah, those are real hot.
Pricey.
Yeah, having a hard time getting those this year. And let's take another look live. Some West Side shops right now. The Best Buy opened up at 5 a.m. We're outside of Bed Bath & Beyond, which opened up at 6 o'clock, I believe. This is right next to Target over there. Target opens up at 7 o'clock right there. So our theory is that because it's so cold, people are hanging out inside of Bed Bath & Beyond.
Smart.
To wait for Target to open up. So they don't have to wait outside.
You got to have a strategy when you're shopping here in Wisconsin, huh?
Now, some of the popular items that folks are going to be looking for: the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X console, AirPods, and robot vacuums. And with Black Friday, holiday shopping season has officially begun. Experts are expecting it's going to be a $859 billion season. That would make it a record. The average person is forecast to spend about $1,000 on holiday items this year.
I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m., go shopping. Anything that's open, I'm just going to go shopping.
All right, here's a bit of expert advice. If the gift you want to buy isn't on sale today, experts say, still get it now. Because of product shortages and the backlog supply chain, once a popular item is gone, you may not see it back in stock until after the holidays.
Good advice there. 6:35 now. Let's turn over to Julian Seawright with your certified most accurate forecast. Happy Friday, Julian.
Happy Friday. We are looking at a bit of some brightness starting up for our Black Friday morning, but it is definitely cold, as we had mentioned, throughout the course of this morning. Taking a look at our current conditions right now, it's 14 degrees. And yes, we are looking at clouds to stick around for us throughout the course of the day. But temperatures are still into those teens throughout southern Wisconsin. 17 degrees in Lone Rock and for Platteville, and 16 degrees into Janesville. Good morning to all of you, but it is definitely a chilly start for our Black Friday. Checking out our radar, however, into the northern areas of Wisconsin, starting to see some snow developing, but we are staying on the drier side for us. We're not looking for much of snow to start to descend upon us, at least not for today. As we go throughout today, we're staying on the dry side. Cloud cover will stick around, however, but temperatures will slightly improve into about 30s in the lower end as we get into our Friday afternoon, but we're staying quiet. As we get into the overnight hours, that's when we're going to start to see that descendant of that snowfall into southern Wisconsin. Starting off into the Dells, into the overnight hours, then early Saturday morning, we're going to be looking at some light snowfall. Potentially could be even seeing some rain for the warmer areas, but those that are below the freezing points, we're going to be looking at snow to stick around to the early part of our Saturday morning. But we are going to be looking at some quiet conditions to stick around as this weak front wants to move its way into the upper Midwest. It's not going to be leaving too much of activity as we get into next week or even the back end of this weekend, as we're still looking at dry conditions to stick around for us here in the upper Midwest. Throughout the course of next week, it could potentially start to see some changes going into our next Friday. But for Black Friday for today, here's a breakdown for us. We're going to be holding into those temperatures chilly throughout the morning and even into the afternoon. And as our three things we'll need to know to take away from the forecast is that today we're looking at the lower 30s, improving a bit for the weekend with some wintry mixes going into our early Saturday morning, but still seasonably chilly throughout the rest of the weekend. And closing things out, we are going to be looking at improvements for next week with temperatures into those lower 40s. We're keeping an eye on that 50 for Thursday, because that is going to be a pretty nice and pleasant one going into next week, guys.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. So it's hard to imagine celebrating Thanksgiving for the first time, but thousands of immigrants do it every year. Hundreds of Afghan refugees were among them this year. One event in Texas helping them with their first.
Yes, I know what it feels like to be isolated, to be a refugee. They feel guilty that they have survived, and they have got here and they have left family behind, and that guilt is it's really hard for them to deal with, So we really want them to experience a little bit of the joy of this season.
Organizer Samira Page hopes the event can help families create new traditions and a sense of belonging in their new home.
Meantime, a mailing mix-up at a federal level means Afghan refugees here in Madison and nationwide still don't have a Social Security card. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles explains what that means for their efforts to resettle.
So they don't have any income at all whatsoever, and that is a problem.
It has been weeks, but not one Afghan refugee resettled in Madison has a Social Security card yet. Cards that unlock other benefits like temporary income, permanent food stamps, and more.
It's a federal issue, and until the Social Security Administration gets it figured out, it's not going to help our clients.
I've been asking the Federal Social Security Administration about it again and again. This week, finally an answer. A spokesperson told me in an email they discovered logistical mailing issues are the problem. The nonprofit organization they work with, the International Organization of Migration, has had trouble getting the cards to refugees from a centralized mailing location. That's because of issues like similar names, or because refugees have already left the military bases they were temporarily housed on. Madison's resettlement agency, Jewish Social Services, tells me they've heard of crucial paperwork also mailed to the wrong place.
I know that one of the issues are that some paperwork is being sent to the Army bases where families aren't anymore. So whether it's Fort McCoy or Fort Bliss or Fort Lee, they're just not there to receive whatever paperwork is arriving. That's not helping.
Since the Social Security Administration learned about this issue, they tell me they have introduced a fix. Mailing envelopes are now going to have customized numbers automatically added to them. Those numbers will be attached to a refugee application. They hope that will help get them to the right place. Meanwhile, deadlines are ticking closer for the temporary 30-day food stamps some refugees have now.
If their Social Security cards are not processed within the next month, then they will lose and have to go through the process all over again.
In Madison, for News 3 Investigates, I'm Naomi Coles.
Now, the Social Security Administration didn't tell us how many cards were affected by the mix-up. It also didn't say whether this led to some cards being sent to the wrong place. You can find more information on this online this morning at channel3000.com, as well as ways to help donate to refugees in Madison. 6:40 this morning on your Black Friday. Outside, look at that nice little sunrise behind the Capitol this morning. We're going to take a look at the weekend forecast, our next shot at some snow, and when we could hit 50 next week.
And Josh Sprider is in the 608 with the story of local artists thinking and painting big with murals you might recognize.
Beat the clock to the biggest Black Friday sale ever at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 42% off top brand appliances, plus special no-interest financing. Doors open at 8 a.m. Friday. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Keep your family warm this season with new winter boots. Rogan's has 20% off the best name brands for mom, dad, and the kids. Save on winter boots for the whole family from Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
We all dream of big things. A boat, a second home, or simply a better future for those around us. At the Burrish Group at UBS, we're invested in your dreams, no matter how big or small, because we believe anything can be achieved with the right plan and goals in mind. Because when dreams come true, it's an experience that lasts a lifetime. Call the Burrish Group today.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase daily stops your body from overreacting to allergens all season long. Flonase, all good.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
The holidays brought a great gift this year. It's my Rogan's receipt. Next time, with the receipt, my purchase will be half price. Maybe some new boots.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Beat the clock to the biggest Black Friday sale ever at Ashley Home Store. Doors open at 8 a.m. Save up to 65% off doorbusters and special deals. Plus, take up to a bonus 20% off our sale prices Friday only. Beat the clock starting at 8 a.m. Friday at Ashley Home Store.
News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application now. Away from your TV? Not a problem. Get breaking news, weather alerts, and political coverage from the award-winning News 3 Now team. Plus, all things Madison. Stay connected anywhere with Channel 3000, Madison's #1 digital news source.
In the 608 this morning, the story behind a couple of local artists inspiring some positive change in the community.
Yeah, Josh Sprider has more from this on this story from Middleton.
You may have noticed positive murals popping up around the Madison area over the last couple of years. This one here on University Avenue reading, "Love Your Neighbor." Well, the whole goal behind this movement is to inspire positivity here in the community. Meet the folks behind it. Brian Kehoe and Ray Most have more than 40 years combined professional experience. Their backgrounds are in lettering, fine art, illustration, sign painting, sculpture, and graphic design. We were there as they got to see one of their most recent projects all done and completed. In the gym of Meritor's Child and Adolescent Psychiatry Hospital, they designed this mural measuring 65 by 14 feet, reading, "Hold on to hope." It's a continuation of their Hope series they started during the pandemic.
In our own isolation, we just wanted to get out there, and we realized that, you know, we weren't the only people that were feeling this isolation. So we wanted to get out there and spread some positive messages, so to try to assure people that, you know, things will eventually get better.
Their clients so far have included small businesses, municipalities, commercial real estate, restaurants, retailers, and agencies. If you have a wall, Brian and Ray tell me they are confident they can deliver what you want. If you want to learn more about Oh Yeah Studio or find out where you can find their work, I put links up on channel3000.com. I also asked them how they came up with the term Oh Yeah, and they said after bouncing around a couple of terms, it doesn't get any more scunny than Oh Yeah. In the 608, Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you have a story that you think Josh might be interested in, he'd love to hear from you. Find him on social media. He's at Josh Breiter TV, or email him at in608@WISC-TV.com.
6:45 now. Experts have touted the health benefits of hugging for years to lower stress levels and boost self-confidence. Now researchers in London have found that longer hugs have the most benefit. To better reveal the sensations behind touch, psychologists blindfolded 48 women willing to be hugged by a stranger. There were 1-second hugs, a 5-second hug, and a 10-second hug, and that latter, the 10-second snuggle, was rated the best.
Which was surprising to us because we thought 10 seconds is so long, surely at some point people might find it less pleasant.
So researchers also studied crisscross hugs versus the neck-waist-arm position.
Oh, yeah?
They found that the style of embrace did not affect how enjoyable it was.
10 seconds, just, it sounds like I can't get away with hugging somebody for 10 seconds unless it's like my wife or my
No less a stranger. This was conducted by strangers.
Yeah.
Too much hug.
That's 10, I don't know.
I was reading a story about how during the pandemic we've had, you know, a crisis of touch because we've had to do like the elbow taps and whatnot. So maybe that's why people feel the need to hold a hug for 10 seconds.
Because they don't know when their next one's going to be, maybe.
But we're not quite there yet.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Oh, man.
Count it out. It's a long one.
Yeah, it'll be a long one.
6:47 now. It's a Thanksgiving tradition that never gets old. People all around the world recognize Grandma Wanda and Jamal.
I love this one. So 6 years ago, Wanda Dench accidentally texted Jamal for Thanksgiving, thinking that she texted her actual grandson. He responded. They ended up getting together, thinking it was a one-time thing. But get this, now they've spent Thanksgiving together 6 times since 2016.
I changed my view totally of, you know, the younger generation. And now that I reflect back on all these years, I didn't change their life. They changed mine.
How about that? This year, they continued the tradition even after Wanda's husband passed away from COVID last year. Wanda and Jamal say they spend more than just Thanksgiving together. They do birthdays and Christmas as well.
I love that this has been going on for so long. It made news back in the day.
I know, and it's still going strong. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All right, let's check in with Julian C. right now in Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Tell me, we got a warm-up on the way, Julian.
Not just yet, Chris. We're still holding on to them chilly conditions as we start off our Black Friday morning. And cloud cover is going to blanket throughout much of our day as well. As we go in throughout the rest of our morning, expect those temperatures to really stay in below freezing. As we approach the afternoon, slight improvement. Lower 30s. Some areas will be close to the middle 30s, especially toward the west. But we're still going to be holding on to those 30s throughout the course of the day. But what we're tracking is going to be seeing the snow starting to come in from the north and descend into southern Wisconsin as we get into our Saturday morning. So for our weekend forecast, Saturday morning, we're going to be looking at some wintry mixes to start off for us, but then we're going to be drying out, especially as we head into Sunday with around 35 degrees. But clouds are going to stick around for our forecast throughout the course of the weekend. Then going into next week, that's when we are going to start to see a bit of those pleasant temperatures around this time of year, as we're seeing 40s and even potentially seeing 50 for our Thursday. So that's where we're going to see our warm up. But until then, definitely get comfortable with some more chilly conditions, guys.
50s in November, late November at that.
Lucky us.
We'll take it.
Absolutely.
Chris Reese, Julian C. Wright, thank you very much, sir. 6:49 now, coming up in the morning sprint. Holiday events getting into full swing this weekend. Where to get into the holiday spirit?
First, though, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, we would love to share their picture on TV.
The Amy Awards, reaching higher. Monday night at 6:30.
Keep your home and family warm and cozy this winter with a new degree of comfort from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Medical bills, missed time at work, life-changing injuries, household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Is your home giving you the cold shoulder? Fight back with a new energy-saving furnace from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Rubens annual bedroom and dining room sale on now.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Police are looking for 2 men believed to have been involved in a shooting on the city's north side. It happened off of Packers Avenue just before 10:30 last night. No injuries have been reported, but bullets did hit a passing car. The men were described as a 40-year-old in glasses, a blue t-shirt and a gray hoodie, another man in dark clothing. They may have left the area in a white or gray 4-door car. If you have any information, you can call the Madison Police Department at that number on your screen.
Support for victims in Waukesha continues this week. Children's Wisconsin Hospital says 10 kids remain in its care, including 5 in critical condition. One group volunteering is building a wheelchair ramp for those injured and now returning home.
Let's take a live look now at the West Side Target here in Madison. More than 100 million Americans are expected to shop this Black Friday, either in-store or online. Experts say this year the average person will buy $1,000 worth of holiday items. Look at that line. Target here in Madison and across the country, they all open at 7 a.m., so just about 6 minutes to go here. Retailers are warning delays at ports and a shortage of truck drivers, making many in-demand products hard to stock. It's also leading to price increases as high as 17%.
Gap says supply chain issues are to blame for a $300 million mark in lost sales for the third quarter. The retailer says COVID-19 led to factory closures and backlogs at ports. That combination led to delays in getting merchandise into stores. More on the profit loss coming up in a few minutes.
If you've been waiting to get into the holiday spirit after Thanksgiving, here's your chance. The Edgewater is hosting its tree lighting tonight. The event is free and open to the public. We'll have live music and outdoor movies starting at 2 p.m. The lighting ceremony is at 6. It will be attended by special guests, Santa and Mrs. Claus.
The White House says it will resume the Remain in Mexico border policy next week. The Trump-era rule forces migrants who aren't Mexican to remain in that country until they have court dates in the U.S. President Biden had terminated the strategy, but a judge says his administration did so improperly. That judge says the policy has to resume, at least for now.
Amazon employees in dozens of countries around the world are protesting this Black Friday. Workers say the e-commerce giant puts profits over people. Organizers are calling for the trillion-dollar company to boost worker pay, give adequate break time, extend paid sick leave, and be more transparent about the company's protocol on COVID cases.
Henry Vila's Zoo Lights return today. The after-hours holiday display features almost 1 million lights. It's a ticketed event. Kids under 3 get in for free. General admission is $10. That does get you inside to see the lights and includes pictures with Santa and free carousel rides.
A happy update this morning to a story we first brought you this month. Berkeley the cat reunited with his family in Washington State. Back in May, Berkeley was reported missing in a Dane County campground while his family was making the move out west from Wisconsin. He was found last month and spent the past few weeks recovering with the Humane Society before getting clearance to travel.
And we're going to be starting off cold, but we're going to get into the chillier side as we go into the rest of today. This morning, we are going to be seeing those temperatures into those lower and then upper 20s. But as we get into the afternoon for the rest of our Black Friday, it's still going to be on the chilly side, folks. We're going to be into those lower 30s, especially as we get into the back end of today. But a warm-up is on the horizon once we get past our wintry mixes on Saturday. Then we're going to be drying out and seeing 40s in our forecast, and even a 50 is looking to welcome us as we get into December. Over to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. Happy Black Friday, everybody. Take in that sunrise. Hope your shopping goes smoothly today. We'll see you back here tomorrow.